Hello students and a very warm welcome to all of you in OSN Academy. Today we'll be talking about the Karnataka SET paper, which is the KSET paper, the state eligibility test, which is due in the last week of November. So all those students who are preparing for this KSET exam, you will have to really hold on to your horses because we are going to conduct a previous year's question session and you will get to know how good you are in this PYQ, right? So very important is that you should be knowing where you stand right now because it's the time now, the clock is ticking. And one more thing is that I will be taking this question session in pure English so that you get to know the right answers and you understand what these are. Okay, so quickly take out a pen and paper and judge yourself where you stand right now and where do you want to be. You want to be an assistant professor, you want to be an assistant lecturer, then you should be answering most of these questions. All right, so before we start, let us talk a little about OSN Academy. We as OSN Academy have been running from the last 25 years and home science and English literature are one of our major subjects, right? So in home science, we have curated the study material with the help of the most esteemed professors and we have all the 10 units which are there in the syllabus of the KSET examination. So, if you wish to study home science, we have our online lectures as well as the study material, and you can see all the study material is in pure English, which is easy to understand and easy to comprehend. So, good afternoon to all the students who are joining me. This session is going to be in English, so you will be getting to know the questions and getting to know the answers in English. So quickly come live because the time is now taking away and we are very close to all the examinations, right? So quickly come live and we come to the next slide in which we will be explaining you about the online classes that we have. These video classes are there in pure English as well as it is there in bilingual. So I would recommend for my students who are from South, that is those who are appearing for the Karnataka examination, those who are appearing for the KSET examination, for the Kerala SET examination, you should go for this pure English batch. It has all the lectures in pure English, which is quite easily understandable, and it has a lot of PowerPoint presentations which will help you grasp everything very quickly. Okay, so all updated material right away with you, and now without wasting any more of a minute, we will come quickly to the questions. So just read the question and start giving me the answers in the comment section so that I can tell you which one of you are right and what is the right answer, right? So quickly, let's talk about the first question. This is the first question. Wearable electronic systems embedded in garments are known as. Wearable electronic systems embedded in garments. So you must have read about the nanotechnology, and in nanotechnology, when they embed, when they insert the electronic systems which are wearable, what is the name given to them? Is it medical textiles? Is it smart textiles? Is it geotextiles? Or is it electro textiles? So I would again ask you the question, wearable electronic systems in garments. So anything which is wearable, which is a garment, is made out of textiles, and when you embed, when you insert, when you try to paste something inside those wearable electronic systems, what is it called? So I have a lot of students over here. Hanvi Gohan Vlogs. Okay, good afternoon, Hanvi. And who else is there with me? So we have Aisha. Good afternoon, Aisha. I hope all of you are absolutely fine. Dharitri Sahu, good afternoon. Aisha, ma'am, as I asked for WhatsApp group, join me, still not joined. Okay, Aisha, what I will do is, as soon as this session finishes, I will take your number and I will personally ask you, I will personally give you the link to my WhatsApp chat group. And in my WhatsApp chat group, you are free to any questions, to ask any questions and to get the answers of any questions. And all the students in my WhatsApp group are very, very, very helpful because they help each other with the different kinds of questions and the answers. Okay, so so Dhanvi is basically Reena. Okay, hello Reena. And we have Alka Desai with us. Good afternoon, Alka. So I think I got an answer from one of them. Yeah, so Reena gave me the answer D. So anybody else who wants to go with the answer D, just quickly write in the comment section that the answer is D, or answer is A, or answer is B, or answer is C, so that I will guide you with the correct answer. It's a very easy question, and this question has been taken from a previous year's question that has come from in the KSET examination or the Karnataka SET examination. And one more thing I would like to tell you, I would like to bring to your notice is that the questions keep repeating. If the questions don't repeat, the options are there, which if you understand the actual reason behind the options, if you understand what each option means, maybe in one examination, one of these options come as a question. So one question has 4 options, one of them is right, 3 are wrong, but these 3, you need to understand what the 3 other options are, right? So quickly, anybody else? Nobody? Okay, let me tell you the answer, that wearable electronic systems embedded in garments will be known as electro-textiles. Simple. So good afternoon, Bapi. I hope all of you are absolutely fine. So quickly, we are going to do this question answer session round so that we get to know how many of you are prepared for the examination that is coming round the corner, right? So wearable electronic systems which are embedded in garments are known as electro-textiles. Obviously, if there is anything, maybe you've seen those advertisements where they're putting patches, and through those patches the medicine gets absorbed inside the body. Similarly, there are small medical equipments which can be put onto the textiles, and they can be the effect of those medicines can be absorbed by the body. Those are known as the medical textiles. There are smart textiles also, which adjust the temperature of the garment as per your body temperature. They are known as smart textiles. And there are also some things which are known as geotextiles. But here, the answer out here is electro textiles. Okay. Okay, so once again, this question answer session round is in pure English because it is for my students who are प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दी KSET एग्जामिनेशन. हिंदी में बता दूं तो ये केवल उन बच्चों के लिए ही नहीं, ये सबके लिए है, लेकिन उन बच्चों के लिए स्पेशली है जो कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंग्लिश समझते हैं, हिंदी उनकी थोड़ी सी कच्ची पक्की रहती है. सो दैट इज व्हाई दे ऑल वांटेड मी टू टेक अ लाइव इन प्योर इंग्लिश, एंड दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई आई विल बी टेकिंग दिस क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन राउंड इन प्योर इंग्लिश, and I'm sure you will get to know that the answers will be very easy to comprehend. Okay, so quickly, now even if you attempt the question in Hindi, there are a lot of questions which are very easily comprehensible if their questions, if you read the English version of it, right? So always read the English version and then read the Hindi or the Kannada version, whatever you wish. So we have a lot of other students who have joined us. We have Juhi and we have Chandani. So good afternoon, Juhi, and good afternoon, Chandani. And let's quickly move on to the second question of this session. The second question, I think this is again very easy for you. The theory of classical conditioning was proposed by, quickly, the theory of classical conditioning was proposed by A, is it Maria Montessori? B, is it Vygotsky, Lev Vygotsky? Is it Ivan Pavlov? Or is it B, Skinner? D, Skinner. B Skinner, basically B was his first name, right? So the answers are coming, and I'm very sure that most of my students out here who have joined me, who have been with me, know the answers very well, because we have just touched this topic, right? So Maria Montessori was the one who started the Montessori system as a preschool, right? Vygotsky was somebody who started the cognitive development theory. And Pavlov was the person who talked about classical conditioning. And right here, Bapi, Shubhangi, Chandani, Reena and Dharitri, I would say that all of you have answered correctly, and I'm so proud of you, because I'm so happy that you are retaining whatever you are studying, right? So over here, Pavlov is the right answer. And what was classical conditioning? Pavlov did this experiment, and in his experiment he trained a dog, right? He trained a dog. What he did was that at a specific time, when he used to place a bowl full of food in front of the dog, he used to ring the bell simultaneously. So whenever there was a ring of the bell, there was food in front of the dog. So the dog could, sense the connection between the bell ringing and the food. This was known as operant conditioning. Then one day, what Pavlov did, he put the food, he rang the bell, but he did not put the food in front of the dog. And you know what happened? The dog started salivating. He started salivating. Saliva started coming out of his mouth, which was because the dog was connecting the bell with the food. So that is why he thought that the food is about to arrive. So his mouth started watering, right? So the theory of classical conditioning, all of you are absolutely right, is that the theory of classical conditioning was given by Ivan Pavlov. So full marks to all of you. Come on, let's quickly go to the next question. Now see, this is also very important, that you need to solve the assertion and reasons questions very carefully. Now look at this. Regular consumption of foods rich in soluble fiber lowers serum triglyceride levels. Okay, regular consumption of foods rich in soluble fibers lowers serum triglyceride levels, and the reason is that fiber prevents digestion and absorption of dietary fats. Now start giving me the answer now, so that I don't get confused with your answers. Regular consumption of food rich in soluble fiber lowers serum triglyceride level. Now you have to think very carefully, very intelligently, that over here, what are they talking? First of all, they're talking about regular consumption. Then they're talking about soluble fiber, and then they are saying that it is lowering the serum triglyceride levels. And the reason that they have given is that fiber prevents digestion and absorption of dietary fats. Fiber prevents absorption and digestion of dietary fats. I have a lot of people who are viewing but not giving me likes, and I don't like that. So I need a like from all of you. Please hit the like button, so that it gives me the, the morale to come, to the energy to come and guide you live also, right? So I need more of like buttons. So, okay, so do we have the answers? First code is both A and R. That means the assertion and the reason both are incorrect. Okay, go with this. The second is that A is incorrect, which means A, the assertion is wrong, but R is not the correct explanation. So, incorrect and not the correct explanation. I don't know what it means. Third is A is correct, R is correct explanation. That means A and R both are right. And fourth and last but not the least is that A is incorrect and R is the correct explanation. So, I need the answers quickly. Let me see who all have answered. So, I think Bapi said A is correct. R is the correct explanation. Dharitri said both A and R are incorrect statements. Chandani wrote both A and R are incorrect statements. Now, anybody else who would like to answer this? Bapi, Chandani, Dharitri. Anybody else who would like to answer this? This is a very, very, very tricky question. Okay. So, see what is it saying? That regular consumptions of food rich in soluble fibers lowers serum triglyceride levels. But what about the insoluble fibers? Insoluble fibers, they also lower the serum triglyceride level, right? So it is not just the foods rich in soluble fibers, and then the reason is that fiber prevents digestion and absorption of dietary fats. So fiber prevents digestion and absorption of dietary fats. Now tell me what the answer should actually be. What the answer should actually be. Anybody else? Come on, Bapi, Dharitri and Chandani. Let me know what the answer is again. Just type. What do you think is right? Anybody else who's watching me? Come on quickly. Dharitri said D. Chandani. Bapi said D. Aisha has written D. Okay. So, okay. So, fiber basically does prevent digestion and absorption of dietary fats, but if you take a lot of fiber, it will present, so the correct answer over here will be D. The correct answer, absolutely right, Bapi, Dharitri and Aisha, is D, that A is incorrect, but R is the correct explanation. Right? Now you get to know how tricky these assertion reason questions are. Chalo, let's move to the next question very quickly. Now, I hope this is something that you all know what a SWOT analysis is. SWOT, what a SWOT analysis is. It is it sales, weaknesses, occupations and threats? Is it B, strengths, weaknesses, occupations and threats? Is it C? Oh, cool. We've got answers coming. We've got answers which have come. So, Shubhangi, I think Shubhangi has joined us. Hi, Shubhangi. And Shubhangi has written C. So, is it C, strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats? Or is it D, opportunities, thinking, organizations and weaknesses? So if it would be D, it would be O, T, O, W, and there is nothing which is there. So I think we should erase D from the options first of all. Where are the whereas the rest of the options, what do you think is the closest and would be right in the SWOT analysis. And we've got answers coming. We have another answer from, okay, so Shubhangi wrote C. Then we have Chandni. Chandni, what is Chandni's answer? Chandni has also written C. Dharitri has also written C. Alka Desai has also written C. We have Aisha. I think it's C. Why do you think, sweetheart? It is C. So C is absolutely the right answers. So when we are talking about any person, when you analyze a person, right, when you are working in a big industry, when you're working in an in a office, you will analyze a person's strength, his weaknesses, the opportunities that he has, and also the threats that he feels around him. So these are together called the SWOT analysis. But then when there is a employee who is working in your office, or if you are an employee who is working in an office, you will already be knowing what his occupation is. You will not have to judge what his occupation is. So over here, strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats is the right answer, beta. Okay, and don't be confused, Aisha. It is very easy. So you just have to put your brains and you will get the right answer. Now, yes, and we got this answer from the our studio team also. Even they knew the answer, so you should also be knowing. So just you need to learn it. Okay, next question. All right, so this is a little tricky, but this is something which is coming from the diet part itself, from the dietetics. Okay, so this is coming from the dietetics department. We have to match the list of the hormones with their functions. So aldosterone, glucagon, estrogen, or you can call it oestrogen, and renin are the 4 hormones, and their functions are written in a manner that you need to connect the right hormone with the right function. So let's go with aldosterone. Does it increase blood glucose? Does it regulate the menstrual cycle? Does aldosterone assist blood pressure control? Or does aldosterone regulate the electrolyte and fluid balance? We've got answers coming from the dietitian herself. So I will not tell you who's the dietitian, but I will tell you whether her answer is right or wrong. So, okay, so I think I will first see what the answers are coming. So we've got an answer from Bapi, who has said the answer is C. Aisha said answer is C, and Reena said answer is A. So okay, Dharitri answer is 3. Okay, and Reena said answer is A. So let's connect. First of all, when we talk about insulin, when we talk about glucagon, when we talk about the islets of Langerhans, we talk about insulin. And when we talk about the glucagon, it does something which is something which is absolutely opposite to that of insulin. And what does it do? First of all, glucagon increases the blood glucose. So we look for the answer, first of all, B1. So we have here, this is B1 and this is also B1, right? What does glucagon do? It increases the blood glucose levels. What does estrogen do? Estrogen, it is a female hormone, and when we talk about the female, we talk about the menstrual cycle, and estrogen basically regulates the menstrual cycle. So we look for C2, and I guess we are getting the answer, but to be very sure, we will see what renin does. Renin, the first function of renin is to control the blood pressure. So what does renin do? It controls the blood pressure. So the answer is D over here. All right. And so we finally get the answer. And what does aldosterone do? Aldosterone basically it regulates the electrolyte and the fluid balance. So, Bapi, A is the right answer. Yes, absolutely right, Bapi. Shubhangi said A. Then Aisha, you also said A. So Aisha is also absolutely right. Yes. So all of you gave the right answer over here, and A is the right answer. I hope you like this question because this is easy, and if food science or nutrition science is your forte, then this question is a plus mark for you. Okay. So very quickly, let's move to the next session, next question. Right now, let's talk a little about textiles, and we talk about fibers. Right, we talked about cellulosic fibers, we talked about protein fibers, we talked about mineral fibers and aramid fibers. Now again, you have to match the list 1 with list 2, and let's do a little bit of matching. So the easiest one, what will be the easiest one? What did I tell you about the mineral fiber? I told you that mineral fiber, there are 2 examples of mineral fiber. One is asbestos and the other is glass, right? Remember? So here we get the answer. So C, when C goes 2, we have this as the answer. Let's see if we are right or wrong. Now when we talk about alpaca, if you remember about alpaca, alpaca was a small animal, a small domestic animal of the camel family whose hair is used as a fiber. So basically when you talk about hair, as a fiber, we talk about proteins because it has carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So alpaca goes with protein. So it should be B ka 3. We're close to the answer. Cellulosic fibers. So basically viscose rayon is a cellulosic fiber. I've told you 100 times. And an example of an aramid fiber is Nomex. This is also there in the live session and the materials that I have taught you. So the answer is there, right? So the answer is cellulosic fiber is viscose rayon, protein fiber is alpaca, mineral fiber is glass, and aramid basically is Nomex. Nomex is a aramid fiber, and the answer is option A, right? So Bapi was absolutely right. Option A, Dharitri wrote A. Anmol, मैम आपकी हिंदी क्लास होम साइंस की नहीं चलती बेटा, सब चलती है. आप एक बार हमारा ऐप डाउनलोड करें, हमसे कनेक्ट होइए, सब कुछ चलता है. और जितने भी बच्चे इस समय हमारे साथ हैं लाइव पे, वो सब कनेक्टेड हैं. ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स आउट हियर इन द लाइव हैव बीन कनेक्टेड विद मी and they know me and they know the times when I am there, right? And if any kind of confusion, what you can do is that you can simply call on this number. Just don't miss my classes because it's that time when you should be deep into books and deep into studies, right? Because you're not going to miss this year's target that you're going to achieve. Okay, so Aisha, having network issue, that's why I can't cope up with the time. Don't worry, Aisha, I understand. So there is something, which is not within our reach, and this is the connectivity problem. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next question. Advertisement, television, radios and newspapers. You've seen a lot of ads in the newspapers. You've heard a lot of ads in the radios about mirchis, about masalas, etc., etc. You've seen advertisements on the television. Now they're asking, what component are they of the recruitment? Is it an internal method of recruitment? Is it an indirect method of recruitment? Is it a third party recruitment method, or is it direct recruitment? What is it? So quickly I need to know the answer, and the answer is very easy. It's there. So okay, so we've got the answer from Reena, and Reena is saying that this is direct recruiting. Reena, how can it be direct recruiting? Because the newspapers don't know you. right? The radio people don't know you. How will they recruit? If there is an ad on the newspaper, it is not direct recruiting. So direct recruiting is the wrong answer. Anybody else? So Aisha said it is an internal method of recruitment. No, Aisha, internal method of recruitment happens if, for example, Aisha is working in a hospital, right, and then there is a vacancy in the hospital, and then Aisha is told to look for some good doctor who can, join the hospital. So who can join the hospital. So what happens is that Aisha tells this the manager that yes, I know somebody who's really good, and she can also join. So that way Aisha brings another friend of hers whose name is X, and now X is joining that hospital. So that becomes the internal method of recruitment. So okay, so we have Maitri Dubey with here. Radhe Radhe beta, how are you? We have Maitri Dubey, and Dharitri said that it is an indirect method of recruitment. Maitri Dubey said that this is an indirect method of recruitment. Okay, before we move on to the indirect method of recruitment, what is the third party recruitment? When we hire and or outsource basically, and we ask a third person to, to carry out the recruitment process, release the article, release the advertisement, release the notice that you need so and so person for so and so post, and then you carry out the process of interviews, and then you select, and then you give it to us. That is known as the third party recruitment, and there is a HR team basically who does that. So the right answer over here is that it is an indirect method of recruitment, and even the team out here with us knew the answer. So kudos for our team also. So over here, answer B is the right answer, that it is an indirect method of recruitment. So all of you who said B are absolutely right. So Maitri, no beta Maitri, it's B. Okay, Shubhangi wrote B. Dharitri Sahu wrote B, and Aisha Altaf also wrote B. So all three of you are absolutely right. Coming to the next question. Now this is also something which is very important. Correct sequence of prenatal development, and this is also very easy. We've been learning this since class 8th. Okay, so quickly answer me, what is the correct method of development? First the fetus grows, then it grows into an embryo, and then it becomes an ovum? Or is it an ovum which grows into an embryo and then it becomes the fetus? Third, or the C option, is period of ovum, period of fetus, and then period of embryo. And D option is period of embryo, period of fetus, and period of ovum. So quickly, I need the answers. We have answers flooding in. So Reena wrote B. The Reena Hanvi Gohan Vlogs wrote B, and Bapi also wrote B. Right? Anybody else who has another option? So as per Reena and Bapi, the option is B. And okay, so Shubhangi has also written the option B. So let me tell you that option B is absolutely right. So option B, because after fertilization, when the egg fertilizes with the sperm, so there are certain periods. So first will be the period of ovum, then is the small embryo which is around 1 or 2 inches in size, and then when it grows after around 2 weeks of conception, when it grows, it becomes the period of fetus, and from till the time that of 2 weeks till the time of birth, it is known as a fetus, and after birth it is known as a neonatal. neonatal or a neonate. Okay, so all of you, Dharitri, Bapi, Reena and Shubhangi, you gave the right answer. Good. Really happy for all of you. Again, question. Another question. Apparel made in a manner which continues to be fashionable over a long period of time is known as. The apparel which is made in a manner which continues to be fashionable for a long period of time is known as, quickly, is it known as a fad? A fad is something that fades away quickly. So fad and fade go hand in hand. So is it a fad? Is it a style? Is it a classic? Or is it a chic? Quickly, is it a fad? It is a style? Is it a classic? Or is it a chic? Quickly, quickly, quickly. I have done all of this in my sessions, in my live classes. So my students should be knowing this. Aisha has written style. Bapi has written style. Bacha, something that continues to be there for a long period of time is called something. Some fashions are never ending. Remember, like those typical anarkali kurtas are never ending fashion. So what are these called? The apparels which never ever, the style of the apparel which never ever ends is called a. Now you come to the right answer. So Bapi has written classic, Dharitri has written classic, and anybody else? No, and classic is the right answer. Style, fad and chic, these are not for a long period of time. So those anarkali kurtas are a classic. Saris are a classic. The fashion of sari never fades. The short skirts fade, the long skirts fade, the sarong fades, the fashion of the sarong fades, but the sari, the fashion of the sari, that never ever fades. So a sari is a classic, right? So sari is the right answer. Right, Maitri Dubey? Absolutely right. It, something that goes for a long period of time is known as a classic. This is a classic, right? This is what they say. Next question. Father of cognitive psychology. So quickly, girls and boys, who was the father of cognitive psychology? Was it Jean Piaget or Jean Piaget? Was it B.F. Skinner? Was it Albert Bandura? Or was it Erik Erikson? And we've got the answers flooding in. So we've got Reena who said A, Bapi, Shubhangi who said A. We've got Bapi who's written Piaget. And anybody else? Reena said A, okay. Anybody else? All right. So I think all of you are absolutely right. Piaget is the father of cognitive psychology. Albert Bandura was the one with the Bobo doll experiment. Don't forget, the Bobo doll experiment person was Albert Bandura. So Jean Piaget or Jean Piaget is absolutely right. Aisha, no, it's not B, beta. It is Piaget. Okay, I guess your internet connection is a little behind. So that is why you're writing the wrong answer. Don't worry. आयशा, नीचे में देखो बेटा, एक लाइव बटन होगा. उस लाइव बटन को क्लिक कर दोगे तो तुम नॉर्मल उस पे आ जाओगे. मुझे पक्का मालूम है कि तुम्हारा इंटरनेट कनेक्शन तुम्हें प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है. चलो ठीक है, नीचे लाइव पे आ जाओ. चलो, आई गेस वीव गॉट another question for you. So the POSCO Act, Protection of Children Against Sexual Offences Act, was enacted during which year to provide legal framework in protecting children from sexual assault? The POSCO Act was enacted during which year to provide a legal framework in protecting children from sexual assault? So we have the answers rushing in. We have Reena who wrote C, which is 2012. We've got Maitri who wrote 2010. We've got Shubhangi who's written 2012. Anybody else? We've got Aisha. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else who wants to go for 2012, matlab 2012? Mm. Dharitri Sahu has written C, which means again 2012. So 2012 is the right answer. So the Protection of Children Against Sexual Offences Act was enacted in 2012. So all of you who've written 2012 are absolutely correct. One more question. This is the last question of the session. So Gobi FFF, a selective package of WHO primary healthcare strategies, which has been recommended by whom? Is it the World Bank? Is it the ICMR, Integrated Council of Medical Research? Is it the FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization? Or is it the UNICEF, United Nations Integrated Children's Education Funds? The Gobi FFF package. So all of you who have been connected with me, I think must be knowing the answer, because I just posted this answer question a couple of days back, or maybe a day back yesterday. So all of you who must be knowing. So Gobi FFF, first of all, we will get to know what Gobi FFF means. So basically, Gobi FFF is a full form. So like I tell you that the questions are always connected. So maybe this time they ask you what is the full form of Gobi. So we have answers coming in, and Maitri Dubey has written UNICEF. And anybody else? Okay, so Dharitri has also written UNICEF. Anybody else who wants to say something else apart from UNICEF? Anybody else who wants to mention that it's World Bank or ICMR or FAO? Basically, UNICEF. Okay, so since Maitri said UNICEF, okay, even Reena said UNICEF, so we will go with Maitri and Reena, and we will say that UNICEF is the right answer. But the important point is, what is Gobi FFF? It is not that Gobi ka fool. It is not that vegetable that you eat, okay? It is basically a full form where G refers to growth monitoring, O refers to oral rehydration, B is for breastfeeding, I is for immunization, F is for family planning, F again goes for food supplements, and last F is for female education. Good afternoon, Anjali. You're very late, beta. We're actually on the last question, but it's okay, it's okay. Durghatna se der bhali, it's okay to be last than to be never. So what you can do is, after we finish, you can check the class and you can go with the questions again. Okay, so growth monitoring, oral rehydration, breastfeeding, immunization, female education, family spacing, okay, and food supplementation. Correct, right? So Gobi FFF, we all know the answers, right? So with this, Maitri, good job. You wrote the full form of Gobi FFF. So very good. So हाँ जी अंजलि आप recorded में देख लीजिएगा. So once again we come to the end of this live session. I hope you like this class, and if you like this class, do hit the like button to let me know that you like the class. And if you want more such classes, live classes, just to assure you, I will be more frequent on the live classes. We have our complete study material to guide you, updated study material to guide you on the various subjects of home science. And thank you for being patient. We have the study material in both the languages, and the paper that I solved today was the KSET paper. So if you want to connect with us, you just need to either download the app of OSN Academy, or you can dial this number or WhatsApp this number to get in touch with us for the recordings and the study material. The link is in the description is there. The link of the app is there in the description box. Okay, so all of you take care, and since our study material is in pure English as well as in bilingual, which means English and Hindi mix, so whatever subject, whatever language you feel, you wish to be comfortable with, you can connect with us and get the material as well as the classes in that very language. Okay, link in the description box, and Aisha, I will just connect you to the WhatsApp group right away. Take care, stay in touch, keep studying, and also keep preparing for the upcoming Diwali festival. Goodbye, take care.